password for Legito the same as my password for Cab?
Yes, it uses, so if you go to cab.legito.com, it automatically, if you're not logged into Cab, it'll automatically take you over to Cab's website to log in and then
Okay.
take you back to Legito. If you are already logged in, it'll just log you in. It uses a single sign-on, but it does get your authentication off of Cab's website.
Okay, because I was logged into Cab, went to Legito, created a form, tried to download it, was asking me for my password again, which I don't understand since I was already logged in.
Yeah,
And
that
and these are not PDF forms, is that correct?
Yeah, it does when it downloads, when you download a form, it will end up being a PDF form.
Okay, and can I get a form that's totally blank?
Not really. Um,
What are the required fields?
well, it's going to show you, it'll always display something. Let me share my screen and I can walk through a couple of things.
Okay, because I mean, basically, I want to be able to right now. I want to show. I've got an attorney who knows nothing at all about business sales, and he's trying to parse every paragraph of the representation agreement. I'm trying to show him, well, here's what the representation agreement is from CAB. What is it you don't like about it? What is I need to educate you about selling a business?
Yeah,
But I can't basically provide that without filling in a whole bunch of information like the names of the signers, what their non-compete's going to be,
yeah.
but I don't want to fill all that in. I just want those things to be blank.
Uh, I mean, I think that when you do fill them in, because I create, look, all the forms that I have here, are sample forms that I've just created for demonstration purposes. And certainly, any one of these can be edited um, and modified if to be like this. I can change it to be a stock purchase agreement if somebody wants to see a stock purchase agreement. And it makes more sense to an attorney or anybody else if you do have data in there. It's still a sample. It's not the real thing. You put in, John Doe or Jane Doe or make up a name. You're not
Okay.
putting actual data in there, but certainly it makes it easier for them to understand.
Can you go through a representation agreement?
Yeah, I mean, here's representation agreement. So, um, first off, anytime you're going into the first thing you want to do, I'll show you how to create a new one. I mean, this one,
Well,
obviously,
I
I've
just
got
went,
stuff in
yeah, I
here.
just went through and created one, but I'm trying to figure what fields here are optional. Do I not have to fill in?
You don't have to fill in anything. I mean, once you put in your email address and get your member information and you can click on save, and then you can just go into a print preview mode. So rather than downloading, if you want to see what it's going to look like, you just print preview and it will show you. Now I'll delete some information down here in a minute and then show you what that looks like. Your rep agreement always is going to come with the way we set this up. Since your agency disclosure is required by law, we just created it at the same time so that
A
agents don't
question about that. Agency disclosure is required by law for a real estate transaction.
and for business as of 2015.
As of 2015, do you know what, Tanya? It doesn't say anywhere specifically that covers businesses.
Well, it does if you look in the definitions in the actual code. So in the civil code, they changed it. They added commercial in there because most businesses and business opportunities have a commercial lease that's longer than a year. It's also required because it
Because
needs to be transferred.
even if the commercial real estate's not being part of the deal.
The lease is generally being transferred. So yes,
Gotcha.
it's just always required. It's just the best practice at this point to stay out of trouble. Um, but as I was saying, so the representation agreement here, you can see this one's a dummy. So I've got a bunch of stuff filled out in here. So if I go back, let's say I just want to have one that's relatively blank. Actually, let me just create, I don't want to delete this stuff out of here. So let me just go back to the dashboard and I'm going to say create a seller rep agreement. I'm going to put in my email address, get cab number information. All right, so at this point, if that's all I want to do, I can save this. And if I were to download it this way, I'm doing a print preview, but basically I can download it this way and send it off to somebody. Anything
Okay,
that
hello,
has, that
Allison.
needs
This
to
is
be
Josie
answered, that
Jensen.
hasn't been
I
answered,
need
is going to have a dot like this with brackets to just show that it's something that needs to be entered.
Mhm.
And so you can see here, you know, this is what happens when no information is entered. So certainly if if an attorney wants to see what a representation agreement looks like, I mean, you can send them one like this, blank. It just shows that information hasn't been entered yet, but all the rest of the terms and everything are on here on the rep agreement.
Right. No, I found that I can't seem to download to my computer. I can email it to myself and then download it, but I can't download it to my computer directly.
Why not?
I don't know. I say download and I go to my downloads file and it's not there.
When you click on download, I mean, it's going to do one of two. First of all, you can download these separately if you want to by clicking on the PDF thing, but it's easier to download all in one PDF file, both of these, and it's already set up to combine it into one file. So when you download it, it just puts it into your downloads folder or whatever your default folder is on your computer for your downloads.
Yes, my downloads is not there, but I'll figure that out.
So this
I can
one,
just use,
actually, it's asking me for a file name. And I can just say sample blank rep agreement PDF. But I can tell it to go into any folder I want.